So we're asking in this practice is to kind of, when we start, it's nice to know if you ask who, when, what, where, why. Okay, what are the most important questions and before we start the practice? It's actually when, now, and where in my body. Those are the two ideas that are wonderful to keep in mind as we practice. Okay, so when we're doing this to feel great, and in order to feel great, we got to be present in our bodies. That's the key. So draw the right knee into the chest and inhale. And then send the left leg forward on the exhale. Yes. Inhale, flex your feet. And on the exhale, take the right knee across your body and let's start in a little bit of a spinal twist. Yes. You lengthen. Lengthen your spine on the inhale. And on the exhale, we rotate. So it's such a wonderful opportunity to also slow down the breath. Because when we breathe slowly, then we're sending the message to the parasympathetic nervous system that we are comfortable, we're safe. Okay, so if you have injuries, you know how you breathe short. Okay, we breathe slowly and fully. Stretch the top arm over your head. Create length in your body. Push the top hip down. And then bring that all together with deeper, fuller breath. Let's start the right knee back into your chest and give it a squish. And then send it forward. Take the left knee into the chest. And meanwhile, you take the left knee in, can you straighten the right leg a little more and flex your feet? And even here, you can feel the backs of your shoulders relaxing down. So you broaden across the collarbones, shoulder blades go down, and take a breath. That's right. Now take the knee across your body. Inhale, send the top arm over your head. Good. And on the exhale, create more length, both on the bottom outer hip and the top outer hip. So there's an elongation of the spine. And then you lift into the heart and rotate back into the upper thoracic. Good. Draw the knee back into your chest. And then take both knees into your chest. Good. And just roll up and down a little bit, or from side to side, whatever feels nice. If it feels good to roll up and down, you can slowly move up and down. Okay, so what's interesting also for me is like I'm driving somewhere. Very unusual, right? So I'm driving now to teach 3 times a week. And, you know, that too, it's just different. It's different than it has been. So we're kind of like beginning anew. So let's come on to all fours. Then we'll come in onto all fours and take some cats and cows and just notice your body, gardening or driving or whatever it is. Let's be very present with ourselves. On the inhale, draw the chest through the gates of the shoulders. And on the exhale, rounding round. Now, can you keep your shins parallel to the outer edge of the mat? Guess what? Even how you place your feet will eventually affect your neck, right? So we'll create awareness in the whole body. Arching on the inhale, rotating and rounding on the exhale. Good. Inhale now, find neutral spine and reach your left arm to the left. Okay, we're going to do thread the needle. Move your shoulder to the center of your body, of your yoga mat, and then cup your right fingers. And on the inhale, we're going to draw the chest through the gates of the shoulders. And on the exhale, drive the tops of the thighs back. So we are lengthening on the inhale. And we are rotating on the exhale. So shoulders down, just like the hips were down. And straighten your left fingers and really reach out through the fingertips and the wrist. Good. And then when you feel ready, press your right hand down and come on up. And we switch sides. Take the right arm out to the right and thread the needle. Lower the outer right shoulder down and cup your left fingers. Inhale, coil your chest through. And on the exhale, move your right rib cage forward, your left rib cage back. Find length. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, lift and rotate. And then place your hands back down and come on up and tuck your toes under. And let's come into downward facing dog. So firm the outer arms in. Lift your head in line with the rest of the arm and spread your fingers. So how we place your hands will also affect how we place your shoulders. If your shoulders are tight or stiff, you can turn your hands out a little bit. You can even take a hold of the outer edge of your mat. So just do that to start. Take a hold of the outer edge of your mat with your hands and lift up out of the shoulders. And try to rotate the outer shoulder down. Good. And draw the tips of the bottom shoulder blades towards your hips up. Good. Thighs pushing back. Long full inhale and exhale. Good. Look forward at your hands and flatten your hands. Good. Inhale, come forward into plank. Top of a push-up. And just hold for a little bit. Round your waist. Press your toes down. Good. Find your core. Look forward. And then come back into down dog. Let's carefully walk our hands back to meet your feet at the backs of your yoga mat. On the inhale, hands on your shins and lengthen forward. And on the exhale, round and forward fold. Now, bring your hands a little more forward, maybe on your shins. But notice if you're leaning back into your heels. So just lean into the heels first. Good, and then bend your knees and lean a little more forward. So the four corners of your feet are pushing down. Good, and that's where you want to be. So the femurs line up in the hip socket. Inhale here and exhale. And if you work with your hamstrings and lower back, elbows to the side. Otherwise, you could interlock the hands behind you and lift your shoulders up on the inhale. And then bow over the head on the exhale. Good. Inner thighs rotate back. That's right. Out, hips firm in. Good. Breathe into the chest. 2 more breaths with the clasp of the fingers and lift your shoulders up and over. Deep breath. Hands to your hips and straight back. Push your feet down and then inhale to come all the way up. Very nice. Okay, so from here, step to the tops of your yoga mat. We're going to just do some Surya Namaskar seats. So if you're actually feeling tight in your hamstrings, it's going to help to open your shoulders too. So let's step to the top of your mat. Have your blocks handy if you'd like those. I am sore too. I don't know what I've been doing. Feet parallel and hips distance to start. And ground down onto the feet. Inner thighs, rotate back. Let me just make sure I have the right Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, I do. And as if you're gathering energy, bring the arms out and up. Inhale, big, slow, deep breath. And just interlace the hands and push your hands up towards the ceiling. Straighten the elbows, squeeze your outer arms in and lift your shoulders up. And then just take the tops of the shoulders and soften them down, but try to rotate the triceps forward and press the inner thighs back. Sit bones lengthen, even weight on the four corners of your feet, get taller, inhale up. And on the exhale, forward fold. By the way, Hillary, I'm going to be teaching close to your place Monday, Wednesday, Friday, level 1, 2. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Hillary. Should start to come there. And here, of course, whatever works best. Okay, reach your right leg back behind you and set the knee down. Lower the back knee down and sink into the hips. Oh yeah, and just open into the hip flexor. Yes, Anjaneyasana.
Where did you say you're teaching?
At Center for Yoga Larchmont.
Oh,
Are you gonna come?
it's a
You know
little
where it is? Far from Beverly Hills.
What time?
12:15 p.m.
Oh, yeah, maybe on days when I can't make this one. Cool.
Yeah, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Arms up, inhale. Interlace the hands and push your palms to the ceiling. Lift up, stretch up. Okay, let's go ahead and go over to your left side. So you can have a block and maybe place your fingertips on the block. And as you do so, really anchor the back, shin, or foot. Lift up out of the lower back and straighten the top arm. But close that right armpit down. That's right. Tricep rotating forward and you're lifting up like you have a suspenders on your right hip flexor. Lift them up. Up, 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 up. Inhale. Bring your hands down. Straighten the back leg. Good. And then straighten the front leg for a little bit. But lift that left hip up and back. That's right. Push forward to the mound of the left big toe. And draw the left navel back and then drape yourself over the front leg for a little bit. One deep inhale, exhale. Good, look forward, bend your front knee, place your hands to the floor and step into plank, top of a push-up. And in plank pose, look forward, lower the knees to the floor, take 5 little mini chaturangas. So just go forward, squeeze the navel up, 2, good, 3, 4, we haven't done these in so long, 5, and then lower all the way to the floor. Point your toes. Lift your right leg, lift your left leg, and spread your toes. Press your inner thighs up to the ceiling and let the outer hips get heavy. Lift your chest forward. Now reach your arms forward over your head and unclench your butt. Thumbs are up. Just lengthen the legs. More lengthen the toes. Stretch your toes. Inhale. Now bend the elbows. Keep your elbows low, but the hands can come up a little higher. Strengthen in the back. Arms forward like you're swimming for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the chest, hands underneath the elbows. Inhale, low cobra or upward facing dog. Legs nice and strong. Good. And downward facing dog. Take a deep, long inhale. And full exhale. Reach your right leg back behind you, but hug the left hip back. Left hip back, right leg straight. Inhale. Now take the knee to the navel, round your back and step your foot through on the exhale and lower the back knee down. Hands onto your blocks. Sink into the hips first. And I like to keep my back toes tucked under. That gives me a better hamstring psoas stretch. So I like that. If you like your foot flat, that's good too. But lift your heart just a little bit more. Breathe into the sensation. Good. And then go ahead and come all the way up. Reach arms up, interlace the unusual fingers. Now I'm standing more in the back leg. I'm not like lunging forward any longer. Push arms straight, lift up, and then go over to your right. Maybe right fingertips on the right block. And sink into the hips. Lift your heart. Stretch up. Straighten the top arm. Two more breaths. Oh yeah, lift that left hip socket up. Good, both arms up, inhale. And then hands to the blocks, exhale. Straighten the back leg. And lift your chest and then straighten the front leg. Just a couple of breaths. Take the upper outer right hip up and back. Draw the right navel back and then drape yourself over the leg. Breathe. And then look forward, bend your front knee. Good, step forward, lift your back leg. Take the outer right hip back. Lift your heart, lift your heart, lift your heart. And then step your feet together and bow. Nice and slow. Good, ground your feet. Inhale like you're gathering energy. Arms up, stretch up. Good, exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Here we go, inhale, rise. Exhale, bow, linking breath and movement. Inhale, halfway forward. And step your left leg back, back knee down. Lower the back knee and just one breath. Come on up, Anjaneyasana, rise. Exhale, hands down and step back into plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower to the floor, point your toes. Inhale, low cobra or up dog, all the way up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg now, inhale, reach it back. Hips are square, take the right hip back, arm straighter. And on the exhale, knee to navel and step your foot through. Back knee comes down once again. And inhale, arms up. Stretch up. Look up. Arise. And bring your hands down. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back leg standing L. Just lift the back leg for a little bit and square your hips off. Good, bring your feet together and we forward bow. Inhale, rise to standing, press your feet, reach your arms up. So nice. And exhale, bring your hands to the heart. So let's do Garudasana for shoulders and outer hips. So I like to place the blocks on either side of the front legs. Yes, it'll help your shoulders too. Everything is connected to the body. Isn't that so interesting? Okay, so come forward, bend your knees and drop your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana or Utkatasana, bending the knees. Okay, weight is even in the backs of the heels. Bring your arms forward. Take the right elbow over the left. Okay, and cross. Now move your weight more and more towards the right heel. Keep the right hip back. And then just lift your left foot and place your foot on top of the left block first. We're not crossing yet. And breathe wider and fuller to the backs of the lungs. That's it. Surround your back now. Okay, then stabilize the right hip and lift your left knee up and cross it over and place your toe on the outer block on the right side. Now lift your chest on the inhale. You'll arch, and then as you go down and tap your elbows towards the knee, keep your weight back onto the right heel tap. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, we tap. And inhale up. One more. Exhale, tap. Good. Inhale up. And on the exhale, release your arms. And then release your feet. Good. And walk it out. Good. Shake it out. Very nice. We're going to move into the other side. So bend your knees and drop your hips. Excuse me if you hear me slurping. I just had to have some tea. All right. Utkatasana, so fierce mighty. This pose is very interesting because we're moving the weight back into the heels, but the outer hips are firming down and the navel is lifting up. Inhale here. Arms forward, left elbow above the right. Good, pause. Take the outer left hip in and press your left heel, just lift your right foot up. And then place it onto the right block. Breathe. Now take the right foot over the left, or right knee over the left knee, and then squeeze your shins toward each other and place your right foot on the outer left block. Firm the hips back. So when we press the shins together and the inner thighs down and the outer thighs and hips down, then we're broadening into the SI joint. That is that part of the lower back that has the little dimples, the bony plate. Lift the elbows up, inhale, and then exhale, round, keep broadening that SI joint. Inhale up. So the point taken, when we start to drive or we do unusual things or we do habitual things, how can we keep awareness, especially when we do asymmetrical things, right? Yoga is all about yoking, right? Union. Yes, body, mind, spirit, but also union right and left, right? Right and left side of the body, right and left side of the brain. Press down on your left foot. Release your arms. Release your legs. Great. Okay, let's go ahead and face the long edge of your yoga mat. And we're going to do Trikonasana with the mount of the right foot on top of the block on the edge. Nancy, did you have a question? No. Okay, so step up your feet out. All right, bend your right knee and then turn on the heel, pivot on the heel and bring the mounts of the toes and the right foot over the block. So you're standing on an angle. Okay, slide the back heel out. You have a heel to arch alignment. The right heel is pressing. You're spreading the toes, press the mounts of the toes around the block. And then you're trying to spin the inner right heel forward. Good, straighten the leg and bend the knee a few times. And just see how your hips are enjoying this. So starting at the hips, I'm starting at the feet, then the knees, then the hips, then the lower back, then the shoulders and the neck. Okay, find a position where you can straighten the right leg, but still draw the quadriceps up. Back leg is solid, arms go out. Spin your inner right thigh forward and press your right heel forward and into the ground. So we're in Utthita Trikonasana. Lift the navel up and then hinge over the hip. Keep drawing. Don't stick your booty out. Keep drawing the right hip in and back. Reach forward, reach forward, reach forward so much so you can place your hand to the block. Bring your top hand onto the hip. Spin your inner right thigh forward so the outer right hip pulls back. Actually, just slide your top hand to the outer right hip. So half wrap. And then push more forward with the right foot and spread your toes. Now lengthen the right side. Soften the left side of your ribs. Lift your head up, shoulders down. Don't sway your head back. Okay, lean over the front straight leg with that right hip pulling back. Work the back leg a little more. That's right. Now send the top arm up to the ceiling and lengthen your body. Good. Now send the top arm over your ear, thumb back, and lift your chest a little bit. Chin up just a tiny tad. Get taller. One more inhale, exhale. And then look down. Bend your front knee. Press through the foot and come on up. Bend your knee, parallel your feet. We're going to do down the middle. So we're going to do Prasarita C to start. Toes are in, heels are out. Inhale, reach arms out. Exhale, interlock the hands. Inhale, coil your chest open. Wonderful. And on the exhale, bow over the legs. Go down and bring your arms up and over. Good. Lean slightly more towards the mounds of the toes. And lift the inner thighs, outer hips, pressing to the outer knees to the outer heels. Left sit bone to the left heel, right sit bone to the right heel, and lengthen your torso. Breathe more. Good. Bring your hands to your hips and press the thighs back and come on up. Yay, wonderful. Okay, step or hop your feet together for a moment and just walk it out. Good, and we're gonna do the other side. Slow and precise class today, oh my gosh. It's been so hot. Okay, so we switch. So, step or hop your feet out. Weight in the heels, step a hop, yay. And then bend your left leg and turn the whole leg out 90 degrees and place the mounts of the toes on top of the block and slide the back heel. And then bend it straighten for a few moments to get the ankle to open. Good. And then bend and then straighten. This time when you straighten, you're gonna push the left heel down and spread your toes. Firm the back leg, any amount. Press that leg in a neutral position, the left thigh is spinning out. The left heel is out and it's turning forward, but it's not actually moving. Nancy, lift up your hip socket. Don't do this, no John Travolta. Lift up, come on, you can do that. Yeah, more, you're way sinking. That's why you have shoulder ache. And the front knee is locked. There you go. Inhale, lift up, lift up. Yes, you have to resist. That's the thing about yoga. You can't just sink. Hinge. And that's why it's interesting because we get to do it every day. And every day we're a little bit different. Like yesterday was really hot. If you were outside, maybe you're a little dehydrated. If you're gardening, maybe you're a little bit tight, whatever is going on. You're going through something emotional or stressful, maybe you're a little more tense. So everything's always changing. And our job is to like rewrite a brand new day every day. That's the job. Take the outer left hip back and firm the back leg. Lengthen. And now take the top hand and wrap it around that hip. And nudge the outer left hip back and down. Firm the right leg. Lengthen the sideways. Stack your shoulders. Keep pushing the feet. Keep spinning the left inner thigh and make space. So the right shoulder head is down, not forward. Good. Now inhale, send the top arm up. Good job. Now exhale, send the top arm over and stretch. The whole side body. Go, 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 go. Close down the armpits. Outer hips hugging in, back leg is solid. One more inhale. Bring your top arm up and look down. Bend your front knee. Press your feet. And inhale will come up. Bend your knee, parallel your feet. Excellent. Okay, arms out. Prasarita Padottanasana A or tripod headstands. Okay, arms out on the inhale. Exhale, hands to your waist. Push your thumbs into your SI joint and drive the thighs back. Lift your chest. Go up, go up. And exhale, lift. And then go over. Good. Place your hands either to the floor or to the blocks, halfway forward. You can walk your hands back into the blocks. Push your blocks to the ground and lift your shoulder heads up. If you get your head to the floor, you don't use the blocks. If that happens to be the case, you can always come into tripod headstands, lean forward, lift your shoulders, and then on it, tip your toes, float up. So any of that is good. The arms are the same. Forearms firming in, they're just perpendicular to the floor, straight up and down. Inner thighs rotate back. Shoulders lifting. Spin the thighs back. And lengthen the buttocks towards the hamstrings. Just a little bit. 2 more breaths. Okay, set your feet right back down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands to your hips, elbows to the ceiling, and rise up. Wonderful. Step your feet together. Just walk it out. Okay, so we have a little bit of heat going now. Let's move a tiny tad. Okay, so Samasthiti heat, come to the tops of the yoga mat. Bend your knees to drop the hips. Inhale, chair. Good. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Inhale, halfway forward. Exhale, step back into plank. Take an extra breath and then lower forward chaturanga. Point your toes. You can lower to the floor like I'm also doing. Inhale, low cobra or up dog. Firm the legs. Lift your chest. Inhale. And exhale, down dog. Place your right foot forward. Back foot flat. Use your back leg. Come up into warrior one. Arms up. Hook your thumbs. Straighten your front leg completely. And press forward to the mount of the right big toes. Good. Reach your arms back behind you. Interlace the hands and then snuggle the arms and the interlaced fingers to the outer left hip. Shoulder blades go down, elbows are bent, and the forearms are squeezing toward each other. Persist with the back foot. Keep the back leg so straight. Now bend your right knee and lower the right hip, outer hip down. Draw the navel back. Lift your chest. Keep the right arm where it is and bring your left arm up. Stretch up all the way. Inhale. And exhale, hands to the floor. Release the back heel, lift the back heel, and then take it through optional vinyasa. Inhale, up dog, lift and open widen. And exhale, down dog. Let's place the left foot forward. Back foot flat. Inhale, come all the way up. Warrior one. Reach arms up. Straighten the front leg, but work the back leg, any amount. Lift up, stretch up. Interlace the hands behind the back and draw the knuckles over to the outer right hip. And you can nudge that right hip forward a little bit. That's it. Forearms squeeze together, chest is lifted. Bend the elbows, Nancy, if you have a neck pain. Good, now bend your front knee. Press into the back leg. And then bring your right arm up and draw the outer left hip down. Sharpen the back leg and reach up, reach up. Good, both arms up, inhale. And exhale, hands down, lift the back heel, and take it through the vinyasa. Inhale up, and exhale back. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale, keep your arms still strong and straight. Exhale. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Utkatasana, jump forward. Inhale and exhale, forward bow. Now bend your knees, drop your hips. Utkatasana. Sit down into the hips and exhale to standing. And release arms. We're going to do one more B series. Okay, bend your knees. Inhale, chair, moving slowly and precisely. Beautiful. Arms a little straighter. Exhale, forward, fold and bow. Inhale, halfway forward, lift. Good. Exhale, hands flat, step or flow. Take it through the vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot flat. Bend your front knee, keep the back leg super solid, straight. Inhale, like you're gathering energy, lift up. And exhale, we take it through. Lift your back heel, go forward. Inhale up. And exhale back. Left foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, root to rise. Push back, rise up. And exhale, moving through. Good, inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Wonderful. Come high up onto the toes. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop up. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bow. Bend your knees, drop your hips, chair. We're going to take it into the twist. Hand to the heart, and take the left elbow to the right. And twist. Outer right hip pulls back. Outer left hip pulls back. Inhale, lengthen. Lift. And exhale, rotate. 3 breaths. Good. Look down, come back into chair, and go directly to the other side. Right elbow to the left. Hands into prayer. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, lift and rotate. 5. Round your lower back. 4. Outer hips hug in. Go, Hillary. Squeeze your booty in and down. 2. You got it. 1. Look down. Squeeze your legs. Come back into chair. And press to stand. Okay, wonderful. Bend your knees, drop your hips, inhale, chair. And sit all the way down. All the way down to the floor. Good. And give yourself a hug. Just hug your knees into your chest. Good. And from here, straighten the left leg and flex your foot. And place your right heel to the inner left side for Yana Shirshasana A. Good. Spin your left inner side, spin your right inner thigh out. So right leg is bent, arms up, inhale. Turn to the left straight leg, exhale, and then go forward. Janu Shirshasana A. Inhaling, and on the exhale, we bow down. Good. 5 breaths. 4. Notice what feels good at this moment. Is it a stretchy feeling? Is it the breath? Is it the fact that you're here? Inhale up. And exhale. Take the right thigh, hold it, hug it in. And then straighten the right leg and switch sides. Bend your left knee, flex your foot. Spin your heel up, just like we did in that triangle. So activate your feet. Okay. Oh God. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Move your left navel to the right. Draw the right thigh bone in the hip and spread your toes. Then forward fold over the leg. Keep it in the sockets. Okay. Inhale and exhale, go down. Breathe deeply and fully. Inhale, come up. And exhale here. Okay, bring your left leg in. Straighten both legs. Flex your feet. Stretch from the inner thighs. Let the inner thighs lengthen forward more. Arms up, inhale. Good, interlace the fingers and push out. Keep the inner heels reaching. Hinge, hinge, hinge. And then lift the torso. And on the exhale, forward bow. Paschimottanasana. Forward bow. Inner heels. Good. Outer hips. Breathe. Inhale, come on up. And exhale. Let's come on down. And let's do a supported back bend. So you can place, if you have working with your shoulders, it might be nice to place the blocks in the upper back, one behind your head. If you're working with your hamstrings, it might be nice to place block underneath SI joint. Okay. Inhale. And exhale, come into your little back bend. I'm going to place the block in my lower back today. It legs up to the ceiling if you're doing the block in the lower back. And then whatever is grounding, that's your root. Nice. So restorative postures are wonderful because they really restore you as you relax into the shape. There's like a readjustment. But you can't force it or strain. It'll be that sense of letting go. And if your legs are up, you can place them down. And maybe lower the blocks to the first level. And maybe straighten the legs if that works for you. It doesn't work for everybody's body. But if it does and it feels good, you can straighten your legs. Just get a little stretch on your psoas. For me, it works when my legs go out a little bit. When I straighten my legs, my right groin doesn't feel so good. Wherever you are, take one more inhale, exhale. And then bend your knees, release all the props. Lift your hips up, and now you're going to straighten the legs. We're not coming into Shavasana quite yet. Flex your feet and really energize the legs, stretch your inner heels. Reach your arms up overhead and have the palms face up. Straighten through the elbows without locking them, of course, but draw the shoulder blades apart and stretch from the fingertips to the toes. Inner heels lengthen. Press your calves down, your hamstrings down. And then last little adjustment, take an inhale and just lengthen the sit bones to the heels. Take a little more length out of your lower back, but don't flatten. Lift and lengthen through the base of the neck. Fire up your legs a little more, little more, little more. And then keep your legs active, but take your hands behind your head and massage your occiput. Take your thumbs and rub along the hairline. Rub above and behind the ears. Good. And then place your head down. Good. Roll the shoulders under one by one. So the shoulders are squished under, palms are up. And then simply relax your legs. Take a solid breath in. And on the exhale, let it go. And soften every part of your body. Soften your arches of your feet and your ankles. The inner thighs and hips. And your pelvis. Your organs and your shoulders. Your heart. Your throat. Base of the neck and the back of the head. And your face, your eyes, draw in. So there are 5 different pranas in the body, 5 different vayus or air. Air is the life force, right? So the first one is in the throat and neck. Soften there, let that flow. Second one is the heart and lungs. Let them expand. Third one is from the diaphragm and right to the navel, above the navel, the organ. Let there be a softness there too. And then we have from below the navel down into the hips. The hips are widening. And the pelvic floor is releasing. Down the legs and knees, calves, shins, ankles, and feet. And the fifth one, the last one, is the one that circulates in and around your body. Like a river of life. Through you, around you, and on you. And then place your right hand onto your heart and your left hand on top. And take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Bend your knees. Roll to your side. And just linger for a little tiny tap and notice how that feels. Notice what has reset. And when we have stability and calmness and movement of the prana energy inside, then everything around us becomes a little more tangible and approachable and malleable. So you can work with it. Lean into the top hand and press yourself up. And let's take a comfortable cross-legged. Bring your hands to your heart. Take an inhale. And then simply bow to your sacred heart. There's wisdom there. Lift your gaze, open your eyes. And namaste. Thank you, yogis. Great job. Let me turn off the recording and then we can chat for a second.
Hillary, did you grow up in New York?